Imran Khan has always been a headline maker.
عمران خان صاحب سے پھر ملاقات ہو سکے گی کہ نہیں اور ملاقات کیوں نہیں ہو رہی؟
Tonight mounting alarm in Pakistan over the fate of the former Prime Minister Imran Khan.
فکر مندی کی بات ہے، کل سے ایک عجیب ایک کیوس کریٹ ہوا ہے، مطلب ہے سمجھ نہیں آتی کہ بندہ کس سے پوچھے، کس سے بات کرے.
For more than 2 years now, Khan, who leads his party, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, has been largely absent from public view, facing more than 100 charges brought against him by the Pakistani state, ranging from corruption to anti-state activity. Even though sequestered in a high-security prison, he continues to loom large in Pakistan's political imagination. And last month, media chatter about him went into overdrive. Some of the most panicked voices were those of his supporters online.
کہ اگر خدا نہ خواستہ عمران خان کو کچھ ہوا تو ہم صرف اور صرف جنرل عاصم منیر اس کی ٹیم کو اس کا ذمہ دار سمجھیں گے.
Imran Khan's supporters are increasingly worried. The way things are going, they suspect that both the Pakistani government and the regime generally have a vested interest in getting rid of Imran Khan. This continues to raise apprehensions about Imran Khan's safety.
اور بار بار جو سوال سب سے زیادہ ابھر کے آ رہا ہے اس میں تو کہ جی کیا عمران خان خیر وعافیت سے ہیں اور کیا عمران خان جو ہے اس وقت اڈیالہ جیل میں ہی ہیں.
He was having these weekly meetings with his lawyers, with his family, and sometimes with his party members. And it had become like a weekly update from his prison cell. And then suddenly the government cut off these meetings for at least 3 weeks. And then somewhere these rumors started that either he's been severely tortured or he's dead.
توجه کنید به یک خبر تکان دهنده در پاکستان. عمران خان در زندان کشته شده است.
And these rumors came as a shock to the country, not just among his admirers, but people who don't particularly like him as well. So I think that's why the government then allowed his sisters to meet up with him.
He was very angry and of course he sent out a message about the chief of army. He said that, you know, he's mentally not correct in his head.
And then suddenly there's this huge press conference where a lot of big prominent journalists have been invited by the spokesperson of the army. And it's a slanging match. It was also a declaration of full-on war as well, because he declared Imran Khan a national security threat.
کون سی سیاست پاکستان میں اس بات کی اجازت دیتی ہے کہ you go and meet a convict اور وہاں سے بیانیہ آ رہا ہو مسلسل against its own country's armed forces.
There is no love lost between Pakistan's military and Imran Khan. What began as a relationship of political convenience in 2018, when Khan won the prime ministerial election, quickly soured, as it so often does in Pakistan, where ties between civilian leaders and the military rarely endure. By 2023, Khan was sent to prison, where he remains. He is the latest in a long line of Pakistani prime ministers jailed while in office or after. But Khan is distinct in the grip he has managed to retain over his base, even from behind bars.
The fact is that every single prime minister in Pakistan's history for at least last 50 years has ended up in jail. So he's not the first one to end up in jail. What the previous ex-prime ministers or powerful politicians, first thing they do is they try to move the courts and they try to move to a hospital on health grounds, which he has not done. And the second thing that he's done is that he's refused to cut any deal with this regime.
Imran Khan is obviously committed to remaining in jail. And he has indicated through various sources that he's willing to talk to only one person, and that person is Field Marshal Asim Munir. Field Marshal Asim Munir is a natural choice because he's the center of gravity, he is the most powerful man in the country. And that resistance that Imran Khan has demonstrated through his party, through his tweets, by remaining in jail, has only meant that his popularity has increased. But at the end of the day, it is really just two egos clashing with the other. It is the popular leader versus the most powerful man in the country. And really, I think what gets left on the side is, military supremacy over governance. I don't think that's going to change with this resistance or with this clash of egos.
The Khan-Munir face-off pits popularity against power. In parallel with Khan's growing appeal from behind bars, General Asim Munir's ambition has soared. Following a brief war with India in May, Munir rode a surge of public approval and was elevated to Field Marshal, placing him amongst Pakistan's most powerful military figures and amongst Donald Trump's preferred strongmen.
And also, I have to say, my favorite field marshal from Pakistan.
Something that has boosted Munir's reputation in some domestic quarters. Then last month came a series of constitutional changes that spanned the military and the judiciary and which dramatically strengthened Munir's hand. Imran Khan has been tracking the changes from the confines of jail and has not held back.
Increasingly, Imran Khan's messages emanating from the jail are extremely critical of General Asim Munir. The tone and tenor of the messages is this, that Asim Munir is a dictator. This is not even a martial law. This is Asim law. He identifies and zooms onto General Asim Munir as a culprit responsible for whatever is happening to him.
Social media has added a really interesting dimension to this kind of politics, because in the past we've seen that many political parties or prime ministers, when they've been persecuted, there was no social media back then. But I think with Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, how they've adapted to technologies, how they use technology, including AI. As an example, they've created an AI avatar for Imran Khan, leading a rally, and his supporters and fans really loved it.
सबको नया साल मुबारक, जिसमें घुटनों पर आए, इस जाली और फस्ताई निजाम को शिकस्त होगी, इंशाअल्लाह.
But because the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf is so much more sophisticated when it comes to digital media. Many of the accounts are operating from outside of the country, which means they can't be captured by authorities within Pakistan. They keep the story alive. Imran Khan's family is also keeping the story alive, not through social media, but through international media. His sons have come forward, spoken to YouTubers. His sisters keep appearing on international media, like, for instance, Sky News.
He has been in basically solitary confinement for the past 7 weeks.
Through the years from 2022 to 2024, an escalating crackdown on Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf scattered many of the party's senior figures abroad. Several of them have become prominent voices, posting viral rants, updates, even exaggerations and incitement online. Shahbaz Gill used to be a special assistant to Khan when he was Prime Minister. He now runs a YouTube channel from the US.
Field Marshal Asim Munir's de facto martial law, या military Raj का 5वां दिन, जी हाँ, 5th day.
Shahzad Akbar was a minister in Khan's cabinet. He is now in the UK.
उनके ऊपर बेशुमार किस्म के मुकदमात आपने किए हुए हैं, उनके खानदान के ऊपर जुल्म हो रहा है, उनके नाम लेने पर पाबंदी है.
There's a host of other YouTubers who were primarily journalists and often sympathetic voices on mainstream media when PTI was in power. Many have since fled the country. Moeed Pirzada, now based in the US, is one of them. We asked for his response to accusations of misinformation and whipping up panic.
I have heard these accusations that, I'm instigating or I have probably said something which is unverified. The cases have been registered against me are not based on facts. For instance, I am actually doing terrorism sitting from here. And I'm generally careful in saying things. I rely upon the published information every single day from Pakistani English papers like the Dawn, the Tribune, and the statements of the key politicians and newsmakers. So I always make it very clear in saying, in my opinion, in my judgment, in my assessment.
Current Pakistani government and the military setup, they're very good at controlling the traditional media, which is TV channels and newspapers. But now most of Imran Khan's followers are either on WhatsApp groups or on social media, and they're finding it really frustrating that they can't do anything about them. And what happens is, when the government people, ministers, they visit London, Barcelona, New York, they are confronted by Imran Khan fans, they make their videos, and they are very, very frustrated with the fact that they can't do anything about that. So they've been kind of campaigning against YouTubers, vloggers who are outside of Pakistan. They're threatening to extradite them to Pakistan. So there seems to be a sustained campaign against Imran Khan fans in an attempt to just shut them up.
Thank you for watching. Hit that like button and leave us a comment to let us know what you thought about anything we covered this week. And don't forget to follow us on social media. The links are in the description, and you can also subscribe to our newsletter for updates from the show.